Good morning. I wish you a happy and a very blessed October month. In the southern hemisphere, we're kind of heading into the summer, and in the northern hemisphere, everyone's moving into their winter. So may it be a great winter for you in Europe. That's how they speak. Have a great winter. In our astrology report today, the one thing I want to talk about first before we do anything else is that Mercury has entered his shadow period before he goes into retrograde. He's entered that today. So we're going to still practice caution when it comes to communication, all things technology. Let's check those things out. Back up your phones, your computers. If you're traveling, check out your vehicles. It's a good time to take care of all of that. And with Mercury being stationed on the 3rd of November, it's thank goodness only a short stationed period, because he's only stationed until the 6th of November. And then he's going to go stationary on the 6th of November. He's going direct on the 29th of November and out of his shadow only on the 17th of December. So it's quite a long period, because he's also going from Sag retrograding into Scorpio. So we need to look and see what is it that's coming back for us. With Mercury in Scorpio and moving from Sag into Scorpio, what's coming back from the past that's needing our attention again? And because Scorpio is deep and intense, it is a water sign, it's very stubborn, it's very fixed. We really need to use our awareness. We can be our own worst enemy. Today's the 1st of October. It is an October month, and in numerology, October month is a 1 universally. So we need to be extra cautious, because we can actually be our own worst enemy. Today's the 1st of October, so it's an 11-2 day, which means we can be emotionally very wobbly and unsure and uncertain. And it's such a beautiful way to describe what's happening in the planets today. Our moon, first of all, has moved is in Capricorn. The moon does not like being in Capricorn. She's in her detriment because she can't express herself. We become quite cold and disconnected with the moon in Capricorn. Plus, she's void, of course. So don't make any business decisions today. The moon is squaring our lovely Mercury in Libra. We're kind of being pushed into taking action to have these conversations, but we've got to also be very cautious that we're doing it in a fair way and not being overly judgmental or overcritical. A little self-awareness goes a long way. Put yourself in the other person's shoes before you go blabbering off. The Juno asteroid has moved she's moving into Sagittarius a little later today. She's going to try Neptune. So with Juno is how we relate to everyone around us. It is our personal romantic relationship. She's moving into Sagittarius. So this could be a very fun time, and it could be quite an adventurous time. But Sagittarius is also about the truth, and it's also about faith. And with her trining Neptune, this is about how we relate to the truth about the relationship that's been revealed. We're still coming out of all the eclipse stuff. I mean, it's actually still active, all this energy. So a lot's been revealed in the eclipse. So now we are going to be looking at, how do we relate with the truth that's been revealed in this eclipse? How do we relate to faith? So on a global way, or a more conscious way, how are we relating to our faith? And if it's on a one-on-one relationship, we're looking at how we relate to others. Remember, we're always talking general. It's so important to know in your chart where your Sagittarius house is, so you know that's where Juno is traveling through. And also to know what your Capricorn house is, so that you can see where the moon is. Let's go on. The moon is also opposite our Jupiter, so of course conflict with our emotions, over-exaggerated, over-inflated. And it depends, where Jupiter's been sitting in Cancer for quite a while. So where is your Cancer house? With the moon opposite that Jupiter and also squaring Chiron in Aries, a lot of our wounds are still being highlighted. So is it a personal wound with another person? Is it a personal wound related to the way I see myself with money? Is it a personal wound related to how I see my emotions and how I want to express those emotions? The moon is also sextiling by quite a far orb to Saturn. So we can actually cooperate. You know, when we look at the planets and how they're positioned, it's giving us lots of opportunity. It's saying, you know, we can actually look at our wounds, and now with cooperation, with some kind of awareness, self-mastery, we can allow for deep healing to take place. So we can heal our wounds related to our money. We can heal our wounds related to our health. We can heal our wounds related to our wellness, because Pallas Athene is making also a hard aspect to Hygeia, and Hygeia is trining Mars. So it's saying we need to take action. We need to take action with how we take care of our wellness, our health, our wellness in terms of how we relate to other people, ourselves, our mental, emotional health, but also our wellness in how we relate to our money, our physical world, our spiritual world. All of this has been highlighted and has been going on for a really long time. Mars is in an exact square to Pallas Athene. So we are really being pushed into cooperation, consideration of other people, to being more sensitive to other people, and not making this just about me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I is that sun that's sitting in Libra and wants everything to be, you know, fair and just according to my rules. But we have to remember that we share this planet with other people too. We're not just here on our own. So with Mercury moving into, or I beg your pardon, with Mercury in Libra squaring our Jupiter, this is all about the scattered thoughts. So let's put those thoughts into some kind of a constructive attempt at communication, so that we can cooperate with each other. You know, with the moon sextiling Saturn, it's saying we have a chance. We can do this. We can go and do the deep healing that needs to take place. Remember to look at the planets where they are in your chart. So we're always looking very generally. But I'm looking at these planets and I'm going, well, what is life telling us? What's the universe? What's the sky telling us? It's telling us that we need to take accountability. We need to be responsible for how we feel, how we act out on our emotions. And we got to think about not only ourselves, but we need to think about what's happening also. What's happening inside of me is going to definitely be projected out into my world outside. So if there's craziness and chaos and conflict out there, we need to look inwards. And I'm not talking about a self-centered way. I'm talking about look inwards in your self-mastery way. Be aware, use your awareness. That's my story. Thank you for watching All Things Moons and Stars. Have a wonderful October month, and we will be chatting very soon. Bye for now.